Hi everyone, it's Lindsay from Millinery Hub, and this video is to show you how to mix up powder stiffener. Now if you've bought powder stiffener from us, it'll come in a bag, something like this, and you'll have to mix it up before you're able to use it. So I've come up with a method that is really easy, and this is how I mix it up. I use a plastic soft drink bottle like this. This is a 2-litre bottle, and I'm going to show you how to mix up 1 litre of stiffener. Now if you've bought a larger bag, I also sell 4-cup bags. That's enough to make up 4 litres of stiffener, but this one is 1 cup of powder, and that's enough to make up 1 litre of stiffener. So I'm going to show you how to do that. It's very easy. Okay, so you need a few things to do this. First, obviously you're going to need your powder stiffener. You're going to need a plastic container. It can be glass, but a soft drink bottle like this is just really easy to use, so that's why I use this. So I've got my bottle, and in it I've placed 1 litre of isopropyl alcohol. You can use methylated spirits, but I prefer to use this because it's got less additives. And it smells a little bit less. The other thing that's really handy is a funnel like this. I use this one. You don't need a funnel, but it just makes it a lot easier to get the powder in the bottle. So what do we do? All I'm going to do is put the funnel in there, get my 1 cup of powder stiffener, and add it to my 1 litre of alcohol. Mix up the whole lot at once. This ratio makes up a pretty good stiffener, I find, for pretty much every application. I haven't had to mix up any different strength, but if you want to, for some reason, you can mix it with less or more alcohol to make a different strength solution. But this one I find is quite good for everything. If I want something stiffer, then I just put a bit more on, or less stiff, I use a bit less. And now that it's in here, all you've got to do is shake it up, and that's all for now. You can see that it's quite milky and cloudy. It's because the powder takes a couple of hours to dissolve fully. So what I'm going to do is leave it here on the table, and every now and then I'm going to come and shake it. Probably every 5 minutes to start off with is good, because what happens if you don't shake it is it'll all settle at the bottom and you'll get this hard mass. Eventually it will dissolve, but it'll take a lot longer, maybe a week to dissolve. So what you want to do is make sure you dissolve it in a couple of hours. So while I'm here, I'm just playing with it and mixing it like that. But I'm going to leave that for 5 minutes and I'll come back. Okay, here we are. It's about 10 minutes later actually. I wanted to leave it a little bit longer so I can show you how it separates out like this. So this is the powder on the bottom here, and it's sort of turning into a jelly layer, sort of like gelatine actually. So all I'm going to do is pick my bottle up and give it another shake. Now just shaking it a little bit, there's still quite a bit of sediment on the bottom. I want to break that up. There we go, that's broken all those lumps up. Now you can't shake this too much, so don't worry about that. I'm going to leave it sit here again, and then I'm going to come back to it. Back again. Simple as that. And I just keep doing this until it's fully dissolved. and that's really all we need to do. But I will come back once it's fully dissolved and show you something else. Okay, I'm back, and as you can see now it's fully dissolved. If you have a look on the bottom, when you tip it up, there shouldn't be any like gluggy bits. If there are one or two little lumps, that's okay. They'll eventually dissolve, or if they don't, they'll just sit there and they won't cause any problem anyway. But you can see there's no grain going on. It's a fully dissolved liquid. Okay, so that's what you want, and then you're ready to use this now. And so what I do is, when I'm going to use it, I have another jar here. It's a glass jar. It doesn't have to be glass, just anything that's easy to use like this. This has a sealed top on it. That's very important. And what I do when I want to use my stiffener, I just put a little bit in the bottom of the jar that I'm going to use. Just a little bit like that. And that way, when I use my stiffener, I can just tap the excess off on the inside of the jar. Don't wipe it on the rim of the jar, because then you'll find when you put your stopper in the top that it sticks. So wipe off your excess there, stiffen your project, and when you're finished, put the brush back in the jar, and that's where I leave it. So next time I don't have to dissolve the bristles or anything, I just use it straight from that. The other reason I do that is because sometimes if you're stiffening a black felt, for instance, or any type of felt, you get all hairs in the stiffener or on the brush, and if you've got half a jar of stiffener here, then you've kind of contaminated a whole lot of stiffener, whereas this one you've only got a tiny little bit, so if it gets a bit yuck, then you might want to clean this jar out, and you haven't wasted a whole heap of stiffener. So you can store this stiffener made up like this indefinitely. As long as it keeps airtight, it won't evaporate, and it'll last for years and years and years. Keep it to use out of this, and you should be fine. Now, if you want any more help, I've got another video on this stiffener on how to use it and what it does. But also there's some links below for some places that you can get isopropyl alcohol, etc. If you have any questions, as always, you can contact Millinery Hub by email, or just jump on our website, or give us a call. If you're lucky enough to be in Melbourne, you can come and visit our studio, and you can buy this already made up. Thanks for watching.